You are in a boutique. Warm lighting, personal attention, and a bag that costs a month's rent suddenly feels like an investment. Some are. Most are not. Today we are breaking down 5 luxury bags that quietly drain your money and 5 that actually hold their value. This is not about beauty. It is about what happens the moment you leave the store. Let us start with the worst offenders. Number 1. The Fendi Peekaboo ICU. On paper, the Peekaboo makes sense. It is structured, refined, and whispers quiet luxury without ever shouting. The problem is the price, which has climbed well past the $6,000 mark for the medium ICU, and the resale market simply does not reward you for paying it. Luxury resellers are consistent on this. The Peekaboo loses heavily at retail. You buy it new, you carry it for 2 years, and when you try to recoup any of that investment, the secondary market tells you the truth. Fendi never will. Fendi has been pushing prices closer to Chanel territory without building the same resale reputation that justifies it. You are paying for the name on the clasp, not for what that name delivers when it is time to sell. The Peekaboo is a beautiful bag, but beautiful bags are everywhere. At this price, beauty is not enough. Now, if you think that's frustrating, the next bag takes this problem in a completely different direction. And here is the problem. This is just the entry point. The next bag proves you can spend less and still get even worse value. Number 2. The Louis Vuitton Book Tote. Louis Vuitton built its legacy on the speedy and the never full. Functional, iconic, capable of surviving a decade of daily use. The book tote is none of those things. Textile totes with seasonal prints start at over $3,500. What you are getting is an open bag. No structure, no closure, minimal hardware. It is dressed in a print that will feel dated the moment the next runway season arrives. These are not investment pieces. They are collectibles, and collectibles only hold value when demand stays high. Seasonal Louis Vuitton prints do not age gracefully on the resale market. Once the moment passes, so does the value. The cruelest part? Louis Vuitton makes brilliant bags. The book tote is not one of them. You are paying thousands of dollars for what the rest of the fashion world would call a canvas tote, and the brand is counting on the logo to make you feel otherwise. So now, we've seen overpriced minimalism, but the next mistake is even more dangerous because it feels exciting when you buy it. Number 3. The Balenciaga Hourglass. Every few years, a silhouette takes over every Fashion Week front row and every influencer feed simultaneously. The Hourglass was that bag. Strong shape, high drama, impossible to ignore. At $2,000 to $4,000, it also represents one of the clearest examples of what happens when you pay trend prices at retail. The resale data on trend-driven Balenciaga bags is not kind. Once the cultural moment cools, and it always does, values drop sharply. Cost per wear becomes a painful calculation when a bag you spent $3,000 on is no longer something you want to carry. This is not a criticism of Balenciaga's craft. It is a criticism of buying at full retail, what the market will soon sell for half that. If you love this bag, buy it pre-loved in 18 months. You will pay half the price for the exact same bag. And if you think trends are the biggest trap, the next bag is worse because it convinces you it's timeless. Number 4. The Lady Dior. The Lady Dior is one of the most photographed bags in fashion history. Princess Diana made it legendary. Dior has spent 3 decades making sure you remember that. What Dior spends less time discussing is that leather models are now routinely priced over $6,000, and that resale performance has not kept pace with those price hikes. This is the specific trap of the Lady Dior. It is formal. It is structured. It photographs beautifully on a shelf, and photographs even better in a boutique campaign. But in real life, The occasions that call for a Lady Dior are fewer than the ones that call for something less precious. Cost per wear on a bag you are afraid to scratch in the rain is a quiet disaster. You are paying luxury prices for a bag that lives in its dust bag, not on your arm. Buy it pre-loved in a classic color. You will get everything the bag offers at a fraction of what Dior charges for the story. And now we hit the peak of this list. The bag people defend the most and question the least. Number 5. The Chanel Classic Flap. In 2019, the medium classic flap retailed for around $5,800. By 2024, that number had nearly doubled to approximately $11,850. Not because the leather improved, not because the quilting became more refined, not because the hardware was upgraded. The price doubled because Chanel decided it should, and because enough people kept paying it. What makes this the most egregious entry on this list is not the price increase itself. It is the direction Chanel is deliberately moving. They are pricing out the mid-tier client to chase Hermès-level positioning, and doing it with a product that is no longer commanding the same quality reputation it once held. Owners report thinner leather, more delicate hardware, and a level of craftsmanship that does not match what a near $12,000 bag has any right to deliver. The resale market still rewards the classic flap, for now. But you are buying a bag that costs Hermès prices and receives non-Hermès treatment, and you are being asked to feel grateful for the privilege of getting it at all. So that's the damage. That's what losing money in luxury actually looks like. Now let's flip it, because the next 5 bags do the exact opposite, and by the time we reach the final one, you'll see what a real investment bag actually is. Number 1. The Louis Vuitton Speedy and Never Full. Boring? Yes. Brilliant? Absolutely. These are the bags Louis Vuitton built its entire empire on, and the reason they are still everywhere after decades is that they are genuinely useful. Classic monogram canvas that handles daily life without flinching, holds shape, does not age out of style, and maintains some of the strongest resale performance within Louis Vuitton's entire lineup. The Never Full in particular has become a resale staple. Demand remains high year after year because it is not trend dependent. Cost per wear. On a bag you carry 3 times a week for 10 years is a number that makes the entry price look very different. These are not the bags that get photographed at Fashion Week. They are the bags that go everywhere else, and they are still worth buying new in 2025. At a relatively accessible price point within luxury, they remain one of the most honest propositions in the market. Notice the shift here. This isn't about hype anymore, it's about usage, and the next bag builds on that with something even rarer: longevity. Number 2. The Fendi Baguette. The baguette was born in 1997. It has been declared over, archived, and irrelevant at least 3 times, and it keeps coming back. That is not nostalgia. That is longevity, which is one of the hardest things in fashion to manufacture and one of the most valuable things a bag can have. Priced lower than the Chanel Classic Flap, while carrying similar fashion history status, the baguette in classic leather and neutral colors holds value with real consistency. Fashion editors and resale experts alike point to it as one of the few bags that has genuine cyclical staying power. If you carry it now, you will carry it in 15 years. If you decide to sell it, the market will not punish you. The baguette does not ask you to believe in a trend. It only asks you to believe in a shape that the industry has tried to retire repeatedly and failed every time. And if a bag surviving decades is impressive, the next one shows what happens when a brand gets everything right from day one. Number 3. The Celine Triomphe. If the Chanel Classic Flap is what happens when a brand starts believing its own mythology, the Celine Triomphe is what happens when a brand simply makes a very good bag and prices it accordingly. The Triomphe has become the cornerstone of the quiet luxury conversation for a reason. Minimalist, structured, instantly readable to people who know, without broadcasting to people who do not. Price hikes from Celine have been less aggressive than at Chanel or Dior, and the resale market reflects a bag that people hold on to rather than flip. Cost per wear, over years, is excellent. Brand fatigue is minimal. This is the French chic without Chanel inflation option. And for a woman who wants to carry the same bag in every decade of her life without wincing, it is among the smartest buys in the current luxury market. Up until now, we've been talking about smart purchases. The next two are different. This is where bags start behaving like assets. Number 4. The Hermès Kelly. Some Kelly models have sold on the secondary market at over 200% of their original retail price. Read that again. Not holding value, gaining value, significantly. The Kelly is the quieter sibling of the Birkin, slightly more structured, slightly more formal, and in certain configurations even harder to acquire at retail. The craftsmanship behind every Hermès bag is not marketing language. Each one is made by a single artisan from start to finish. The leather is sourced to a standard the rest of the industry genuinely cannot replicate at scale. Hermès prices do increase, and they increased again in 2024, but the secondary market rises with them rather than resisting. If you have ever looked at a luxury bag and wondered whether it was truly an investment, this is one of the very few that earns that word honestly. And if the Kelly is the proof, the next bag is the standard. Everything else is measured against. Number 5. The Hermès Birkin. There is nothing left to prove about the Birkin. It is not a hype piece. It is not a trend. It is a bag that has outlasted every fashion cycle since 1984 and shows no evidence of stopping. The Birkin is difficult to acquire at retail by design, and that scarcity is real rather than manufactured. If you obtain one, carry it for years and decide to sell. Particularly in popular sizes and classic neutral leathers, you will likely recover your investment and, in many cases, exceed it. The repair service at Hermès means a bag bought today can be fully restored in 20 years. The cost per wear calculation on a bag you will use for the rest of your life, and that will still be worth more than you paid for it, is the clearest answer to every question this video has been building toward. It is not accessible. It is not easy, but in a market full of bags that charge you luxury prices for ordinary value, the Birkin is the one that makes the price make sense. Drop the bag you wish you had bought pre-loved in the comments and tell us which one you would never give up. See you at the next video.